and welcome to EMCCV tutorial number 3. And this one is going to be about how to change an entity that you've previously saved. I explained how to save your entity in a previous video, in the second video. But let's just recap. Okay, so I'll just randomize everything. Come on. All right. Ooh, okay. That was maybe a bad idea. Let's reset that. Okay. I'll randomize her hair. Not in global mode. Okay. Random hair. Fine. I'll go with that. Random Fuku. Here we go. And random background. All right. And now let's go with random colors, but keeping the color link active in global mode, which means that everything that is currently the same color will remain the same color. All right. Okay, let's go with that. I'll just change your skin color back to something normal. Is that normal? I don't think so. Okay, maybe a little less bright. And a little more saturated. Here we go. Okay. Whatever, doesn't matter. But we've got a character. Let's pretend that that's what we want. And I'm going to save the entity now. All right. Now we need to go into our EMCCV folder. So I'm going to open a Finder window. Where did I save it again? Okay, here we go. Modules, SailorX, entities. Here we have, I'll just switch to an icon view. Here we have the pre-delivered entities as well as my previously saved ones. And here is the preview of the entity that I just saved. And this is the text file. This is what you need to open. Open with. And please, with a simple text editor, do not use Microsoft Word or anything like that, because it'll add rich formatting, which will break the file. So you just want a plain text editor. So I'm just going to wait till that loads. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what this is. Basically, it's a list, and it'll probably change in the near future. I'll try to update this video as soon as that happens. But basically for now, it's just a list of all the aspects you've got visible in your entity. The first word is the ID of the item. So A stands for aspect. But it can be anything. Basically, all the modules that I create follow this rule. Aspects have an ID that starts with A. However, everybody's welcome to create aspects, modules, or modifications, etc. So I can't guarantee that any future releases of modules, especially by other people, will follow the same rules. Anyway, the first word is the ID of the aspect, regardless of what it looks like. So the first one in this case is a body. So guess what? That's the body. The second word, so basically all entries are separated by semicolons. First one being the ID. The second one is the color. And that's not a very common color format to use. So you'll probably want to use hex codes. And luckily enough, I support those. So what you can do is highlight this number, including the minus, if there is one, and change it to the hex format, which always starts with a hash. And let's say we use red because it's nice and visible, and I want you to see the effect. FF0000. I'm a nerd, I know it by heart. So I just changed the skin color, basically the body color, to red. And the last word that's here is the style. You usually don't want to change that unless you know what you're doing. But if you enter an invalid style, I'm not actually sure whether you'll run into an error or whether the item will be invisible, or I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. Anyway, so I just changed the color to red. I'll save the file. All right. And now I'll go to load my entity. And obviously the preview file, the PNG file, the image file, that did not change just because I changed the text file. However, when I click on it, bam, her body is red. So that's how you can use hex colors to modify your entities. You can also, of course, make other changes to your entities, like, for example, remove an entire line, and that'll remove the aspect, basically turn it invisible next time you load that entity. You can also change the style, as I mentioned. That's the third item in the list, in the line, but only if you know what you're doing. Yeah, that's basically already that. What we can also do now is modify the color palette, because it's basically on the same topic. The color palette is the first 5 lines of the color picker, the color swatches, are loaded from an external color palette that is delivered with the EMCCV prototype. So let's go into the directory of the EMCCV prototype. Here we go. I'm going back. Okay, EMCCV. Here's the program. And there's a folder called palettes, multiple, plural, because in the future I'll support multiple palettes, but not right now. So I'll open that, and here you'll find a file called standard.txt. I'll open that. Wait till it loads. Here we go. Okay. Now, I hope you can see this. Maybe I should make the text bigger. Font, character, come on. Where does it? Bigger, yes, bigger. Here we go. Okay, I'm sure you can see this better now. Okay, in the first line, and please don't change the format. Again, only use a simple text editor, a plain text editor. The first line has 2 values, 2 numeric values separated by semicolons, which basically give the size of the swatches. First the width, then the height. As you can see here, these are 20 wide and 15 high. All right, so you can change that if you want. You can make them bigger. The first 3 lines, and the line break here doesn't matter, it just gets ignored. But the first lines are the fully saturated colors over here. And then these last 2 lines represent the metallic colors. Gold, silver, bronze, and copper is what I was going for. And like I mentioned previously, everything after that is the colors that are currently in use, so they don't come from this file. So if you want to change the preset colors, or just want to add your own color palette, maybe because you have a character and you already know exactly which colors you want to include in here, you just insert a color in the hex format, starting with a hash. Let's say, what do we go for? I have no idea. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is random. CD56E8. I don't know. I don't know what color that is. We'll find out. So I just inserted that into a new line. I can't actually remember whether the line break matters or not. I think so. I'll just save the file. Now I'll reload. Actually, I think I actually have to close the EMCCV, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I think I do. No, actually, here. You see? This. Ooh, nice. That's the color, apparently, that I just added. So that's it basically. You can add as many as you want. You can remove old colors. Just make sure you save the file, because next time you download an EMCCV update, you'll have to move it across again. I hope that wasn't, yeah, hope you can follow. All right. So yeah, you can manipulate the color the palettes over here. I've shown you how to change a previously saved entity, change the colors in it, or remove aspects. And that should be it for this tutorial. Have fun, give me a like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to stay up to date, and leave comments below to let me know what else you want to know about, and yeah, for any kind of feedback and questions. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye.